Welcome, 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 NFL sports fans. Welcome to the first ever Friday night NFL night sports with your boy T-Wil. Okay, we got Deboe Vibes and we got Jordan Burton and we got an all-star cast here. Gentlemen, how y'all doing tonight? Everybody good?
Absolutely. Yes, sir, man.
I'm doing
TGIF, man. Hey, thank God it's Friday, everybody. I'm saying to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day weekend. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And this weekend is yours to the beautiful mothers out there.
Amen.
Hey, it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? It's a weekend. What more can someone say but be happy about it?
I hear that, man. I hear that. Jordan, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, all the grandmothers, all the wives, all the mothers out there. Yeah, Friday night. There's UFL going on. We got Stanley Cup playoffs, NBA finals. Let's talk some NFL today.
Let's get to it. Gentlemen, we got Jay Black in the chat. Jay Black, evening panel, rise up. What it do, Jay Black?
Want to do Jay Black? Rise up, boy.
All well, brother. Rise up. All right, gentlemen. So this first piece that we got to talk about, and guys, I shouldn't say this. My wife has been telling me that I need to work on my attitude and that, I should be nicer. But I mean, guys, certain jokes write themselves. Okay, I didn't write this. I didn't make it up. I just happen to be in the universe when it does. But it's quite funny to me. Okay? It's quite funny to me. The Cowboys trade for George Pickens from the Steelers. In this week's let's call it scenario. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? All right, so in review, George Pickens went to UGA and was a head case there. Would he kick a Florida Gator, kick the mascot or something like that when he was down there? You remember
Yeah,
that?
he did a couple of crazy, but that was one that was one made headlines. That one, yeah.
I don't know, but the guy clearly has issues. Goes on to Pittsburgh and gets worse. Gets penalties at the worst times. Gets in fights with his own teammates. Gets in fights with others. Gets penalties at inopportune times. Like basically just, for lack of a better term, a head case. Now, to set this up, King Richie says, "What's good? What's good, King Richie?" To set
What
this
up, King
up,
Richie?
okay? The Dallas Cowboys, shall we say, the enemy of Jordan's happiness, the bane of his existence, that one franchise, other than our beloved Falcons, that he hates the most, the Dallas Cowboys. What the hell, Debo? They just signed a new coach. What's his name?
Right.
Brian Schottenheimer?
Yeah,
Marty,
yeah, yeah.
right? Marty,
Brian
right?
Schottenheimer. Yeah, yeah.
Marty,
Son of Marty.
right?
Yep, son of Marty.
Okay. So they signed Brian Schottenheimer. Now, to give you just a little bit of context, Brian Schottenheimer has said to the Cowboys, we're going to redo the locker room and we're going to assign lockers. Now, honestly, Jordan and Debo,
Mm.
these are grown ass men.
Yeah.
Okay? Some of these guys have had the same lockers for years. Who the hell is Brian Schottenheimer to tell them we're going to redo the locker? And you know what? I'm going to shut up now because I want to hear what you guys think. I know what I think. I want to hear what you guys think. Jordan, this is going to be funny because you hate the Cowboys. You probably love this. Give me your thoughts on this. Give me your thoughts on this. We're going to play romper room shit and we're going to assign lockers, guys. Give me your thoughts on this.
Oh, this is so funny. All right, let's take it from my standpoint. I love it because it's going to create a whole bunch of turmoil, but in the organization. I understand what you're doing, putting the leaders close together, but you need to spread out the leaders. The Eagles, for example. The Eagles have position-based lockers. All the quarterbacks are together. The whole offensive line's together. That makes sense. You have position groups. You have your buddies next to you. You have the guys who you have to rely on next to you on the field, next to you in the locker room, day in, day out, for practices, for games, for everything. And it just makes no sense. You're trying to put Micah and Dak together. They don't need to be, because when are they ever going to be next to each other outside of a coin toss or in a post-game interview? Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. I loved that from an Eagles fan perspective. I loved that they hired Brian Schottenheimer. Now, Marty Schottenheimer was amazing, but Brian Schottenheimer, that was their best coach to go with. So it was great. I loved when they hired Mike McCarthy. I wanted him to stay in Dallas because I knew they would never accomplish anything under Mike McCarthy. And then I thought they were going to go get Kellen Moore, and that's who I thought was going to be the Cowboys head coach. And they're like, nope, we're going to go get Brian Schottenheimer. Okay, that's funny. It makes no sense. You need to divide your leaders throughout the team so that all the up and coming rookies, the new free agents, they can learn from the position group. Because where are they now in the locker room? Where are the new free agents that they signed? Where are they at in this locker room? Where are the rookies at? The rookies shouldn't be learning from other rookies. The rookies should be learning from the vets. So it's stupid. It's hilarious. It's the Cowboy way. How about them Cowboys?
Sure, for sure. Absolutely.
How do you feel about it, man?
And what it reminds me of with this move right here, a couple of years ago, for several years up in Flowery Branch, the Falcons had their meeting, like the locker room, and on the floor was a huge falcon, right? And the rule was you can't step on the falcon. You gotta walk around it. Well, they changed that out where they put a falcon emblem. Instead of being on the floor, they put it on the ceiling, and guys are like, oh shit, we can walk around freely now. We're free. It's our locker room. We can do what we want to do now. Well, this is the reverse of what the Cowboys are doing. What the Cowboys are doing is that some guy who has not proved shit, and Brian Schottenheimer is saying you're gonna have a sign lockers now. We're going to do it just like this, and we're going to do it my way, and this, that, and the other. That's not going to work. Like you said a little bit ago, T-Will, that's not going to work with grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Jordan touched on the best. It's hysterical right here. It's a Cowboys way, and that's the reason why the Cowboys haven't done nothing in 30 years. You know what's crazy? Here's a crazy stat for you. I don't know if y'all knew or not. Since the Cowboys last appeared in the NFC Championship game in 1995-1996 season, do you know since then every single NFC team has made the championship game other than the Cowboys?
Damn. No, I did not know that.
Yep.
But I'm glad to hear it, though. I'm glad to hear it just the same. I tell you what's funny, Deboe. This is well, first off, let me do some housekeeping. Jay Black says, how about them cow beep of the night? Deshaun says, what's up, fellas? Yeet, get some.
Yeet, get some.
Get some, Deshaun. If you're going to make a move like this, how about you consult your leadership, right? How about you go to them first? I don't know, Micah. I don't know whoever else has been here 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Guys, what do you think of? Because any leader, I was a manager, I was a supervisor. I've never coached a team, but even I know there's certain people's buy-in you got to have. I mean, you guys are both leaders. You guys are both in management presently. Would you do something like this without going to your key people? Would you do something like this without going to your folks and saying, what do you guys like? This is the dumbest thing on the planet. You're just going to make this unilateral move that says, starting Monday, you're going to bro, this is not 1968.
The thing about,
25.
Correct. And the same, the rule that applies in corporate America should be the same rule that applies in professional sports. A productive environment, a comfortable environment leads to productivity overall. Period.
Thank you.
Period.
Now, on top of that, because wait, there's more. There's more, sports fans. Oh, it gets so much better. On top of that, you've already pissed off your entire team. I can't make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up, okay? On top of that, you go and you trade for who is essentially AB Jr. Like, that's what you got.
AB 2.0.
you traded you traded with the Steelers, who, mind you, if Mike Tomlin washes his hands of you, that is saying something. Because I personally believe Lucifer could play for Mike Tomlin and it'd be fine. That's how much of a player's coach Mike Tomlin is. Okay? It's a joke, people. Relax. But my point is, if Mike Tomlin, in his infinite wisdom, decides, you know what? This Pickens guy, what the hell, man? You're going to trade and give up picks for this guy and willingly bring him into your locker room, which people are already pissed off, by the way,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you told them where they got to store their shit. What the hell are the Cowboys doing? What are they doing, Jordan? What are they doing? What are they doing? Help me out. Somebody help me make
Look,
sense of this. What are they doing? Help me to understand.
I don't like this trade at all for either team, for the Steelers or the Cowboys. I just don't think it makes any sense for either team. All right, let's look at it from the Steelers' perspective. You trade away your now would have been wide receiver 2, would have probably been the most talented wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 that the Steelers have had in years. I mean, I don't probably since Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown. Antonio ended up leaving, didn't really do much outside of win one Super Bowl. And Emmanuel Sanders had a stellar career afterwards, going and playing with Peyton Manning and Denver, went and played with the Niners, went to the Super Bowl. But it made no sense. The Steelers have such a great team. After the draft, I was like, wow, the Steelers have everything but a quarterback. If they have just competent quarterback play, if Will Howard, who I don't like Will Howard, never liked him, but if Will Howard plays just to the half the level that he played at Ohio State, then yeah, the Steelers could cakewalk through the AFC. That's how talented they are on offense, defense, passing, running, pass defense, rush defense, special teams, coaching. And they have such a well-rounded team outside of quarterback. It made no sense trading Pickens. And then you traded for DK Metcalf, who Metcalf in his own right has his own issues at times. And I mean, people joked around pairing the two of them would have been hilarious because they would just get a bunch of unnecessary roughness calls the entire game. And it made no sense trading for him unless you were trying to like just build this talented team and try to fix the quarterback position by building around them. So you trade for Metcalf and you sign him to the extension, and Pickens, who has 1 year left on his contract, now Pickens gets traded to Dallas. Dallas, who needs to pay Dak Prescott, needs to pay Micah Parsons, needs to pay Jake Ferguson. They have a lot of guys that they need to pay still, and they don't even have that much money to use. And now they have to they're not going to be able to pay George Pickens. They're not going to be able to pay George Pickens. This is a 1 year rental. But do they really think that this move is what's going to flip the switch to beat the Commanders? Never mind the Eagles. Never mind the Eagles. Forget about the Eagles.
Yeah.
This move does nothing.
It does nothing.
It doesn't do anything for me. Like when I'm playing them, I'm like, all right, whatever. Is that going to even complete the pass to the right team? I don't know. So, yeah, it didn't make any sense, this trade for either team. I thought it was a stupid trade overall. And I've seen Cowboys fans say, like, oh, look, comparing the Jahan Dotson trade, that Dotson going to the Eagles for a third-round pick as well. And it's two different situations. Like, Dotson, we were trading for a guy who's going to be our wide receiver 3. We already had a well-rounded team. We needed to figure out what the wide receiver 3 is. I personally don't think any wide receiver 3 would be good in our offense, but it didn't matter. We were willing to give up that pick. We ended up with a lot of draft picks either way, so it did nothing for us. Versus the Cowboys, they are not in a potential Super Bowl run. They're not. They need those picks because the guys are retiring. Zach Martin retired, and you need to start paying guys. So I don't know. It didn't make any sense for either team in this situation.
Let me ask y'all a question. I'm just thinking way outside the box. Way outside the box. But what happens inside NFL walls stays inside NFL walls, not for the public to see. and this might be in a situation. Let me ask y'all a question. I'm gonna ask y'all to enter chat. Is there a possibility that Aaron Rodgers said before I sign with you guys, I don't think I can play with that guy?
Very much so.
There's a
That's
chance.
actually not outside of the box. Very much. That's very much so.
Yeah, because Rogers worked with Metcalf, but he didn't work with Pickens.
Correct.
So there's a very real possibility.
Just saying. I mean, the whole like you said, Jordan. You said it perfect. The whole trade makes no. The whole trade is stupid. It makes no sense. What are I would love to hear the rationale from the Cowboys brass of how this makes them a better team.
I
How in the world acquiring George Pickens makes a head case who like we see this man intentionally not block on plays, made it obvious, wanted the whole world to see it, played when he wanted to, and like I said a little bit ago, when a man wants to play, you get 7 catches for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns from him. He's an athletic beast. He's a freak, but he don't want to. Had the shit he said during the press conferences, and like you said, T-Will, man, after a while, man, Tom was like, man, I've had enough of this dude.
right. That's my point is from the Steelers' perspective, you just want his ass off the team. I get it. I'm not, regardless if he's your number two. Well, let me put it to you this way, Jordan and Deboe. There's a certain thing called the talent ratio, right? Now, Steve Smith was quite mercurial at times. He would fight his own teammates, and he could get on the wrong side of somebody, but he produced on the field and he was consistent on the field. Where Deboe, to your point, you know, it's 50-50 with Pickens. Some days you might get, Pickens the world beater, and some days you might get Pickens I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. He's fighting with his own team. He's giving us a 15-yard penalty. Oh, wait, there's another 15-yard penalty. Oh, wait, he just turned around and got offside just for the hell of it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but I can understand it from a Steelers perspective. Even if you're not signing Aaron Rodgers, I can understand and Mike Tomlin being like, you know what? I'm too old for this shit. Whatever you can get for this guy, I can understand that. What I don't understand from a Cowboys perspective is you have a new coach. You have a new leader. And the most important thing, and you guys know this because you guys are both leaders in your current jobs. And I'm going to ask you both, as a leader, as a new leader, because you've both been new, what's the most important thing? Jordan, you answer that for me first. As a new leader in any organization, what's the most important thing?
You got to be able to talk to your current employees. You got to be able to connect with them, not introduce them to a head case like that. I mean, that's kind of absurd.
You got if you're a new leader, first of all, you gotta one thing you have to do with your new team is build trust. You gotta do that. That's the first thing. Second thing is let them know, hey, I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be productive, and we're gonna work as a team. Period. What can I do to help you guys out?
Right.
Period. Period.
What do you guys both need from them? As a leader, there's something that you need from your subordinates. What do you need? Starts with an R. Respect. They have to respect.
Oh yeah, of course.
You.
In the wise words of Brian Dawkins, respect is not given, it's earned. That was my senior quote.
Exactly. And shit like this does not earn. It doesn't earn respect. If you come in telling somebody this is a dictatorship, you guys are gonna do what the hell I say, bro. Let's check your credentials. What Super Bowl have you won? What have you won? Oh, you've never coached anybody. Get the hell out of here. And that's the exact response. And now you're gonna double down and you're gonna bring in AB2, TLO and 3. Like, that's insane. Okay, just my thoughts. You never know. They can make it to the NFC Championship.
The only thing I can think of that might make the team open-minded is that Brian Schottenheimer has been with the organization for a while, and well, I don't know for a couple of years. I don't know how many years he's been with them.
I can tell you they're pissed.
They've gotten the opportunity to the man's in the building every single day. They've seen him, and maybe this quote unquote change the scenery or change the environment or switching something up, making something new, that might be something that's needed in that locker room. From the outside to us, the shit sounds stupid, but on the inside, that might be something that they're cool. They're gonna be cool with. I
It,
don't know, but to
it
me to make the but like I said, from exterior, it makes no sense whatsoever to tell other grown men you ain't sitting there no more.
right, and
I'm gonna put you way over there.
that's all I'm saying. If you're gonna do that, you need to buy in from your leadership. It's different if I can go to Micah and Dak and whoever the hell else is a leader and be like, "Hey guys, I really need you guys to get behind this," and you get their buy-in. That's different because now you got the buy-in of your leaders, and your leaders will do the rest. They'll make sure that everybody else falls in line. But if you don't even let them know, if you just spring this on them like this is some what's the name of that movie about Tom Landry, the Junction Boys or whatever, like this is insane. The hell does that? Like whatever, man.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Junction Boy with a Bear Bryant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. What you guys are gonna do? What the hell is this, man? This is 2025. Half these players make more than you do, coach. He's a grown ass man, coach. Anyway, we got to do some housekeeping. King Richie says the head coach said I ain't compromising ish. Raymond Collins says, "What up, fellas? We're talking about them Cowboys, T-Will." Raymond Collins says, "So their Steelers got a new culture, huh?" Well, they do now that Pickens is gone, I would say. Jack Shivers. What up, Jack? How you doing? Try and stop the Cowboys offense. Stop hoping for the worst. Jack Shivers says he didn't break any laws. Oh, sounds like we pissed Jack off a little bit. Jack, are you a Cowboys fan?
Let me try to defend any Cowboys fan. All right, in this situation, and I that irks me saying that out loud.
I know. I'm surprised.
With Pick,
Impressive of you.
I had Pickens in fantasy last year. I was like, my eyes were glued to him the whole time. And yes, I was angry when he was causing penalties instead of catching a ball. Pickens is extremely talented and a lot younger than like guys like Antonio Brown were before they left. This situation reminds me of maybe like earlier Mike Wallace. But Pickens is so talented. He's got great hands. He's a physical receiver. If he can get his head on straight, he can be a top 10 wide receiver in the league. But the issue I have is this is a rental. You are renting a guy who has that like head case. Even if he tomorrow he's like, no, I'm done with that childish stuff. I'm going to be playing ball this year, and he balls out. This isn't the move that's going to move you past the Commanders. Never mind the Eagles. And so this move doesn't make you so much better. It makes you a little bit better on offense, able to compete with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, and able to compete with like the Deboe Samuel and Terry McLaurin. And you're able to now compete with that when it comes to the receiving core, but not as a team as a whole.
Correct.
So yeah, there's just a lot of issues with this.
Yeah, and look, I'm not saying the kid's not talented. I'm not saying George Pickens went to Georgia. Go Dogs. I'm in no way am I saying, and Jack, if that's the case, I'm not saying he's not talented, but he is a head case. Let's be clear. There's enough documented on this kid. Everywhere he's played, he is a head case. And my question is, I don't think this is the best start, bringing him into a locker room that you've already pissed off. You get what I'm saying? Let's look at the situation right now, right? You told every leader in that locker room, you're going to do this. You didn't ask them. You told them you're gonna move your and look at a locker seems like a small thing, right? You're making millions of dollars, but I mean, guys, Deboe, you work from home. I work from home. If somebody came in here and said, T-Will, you need to move that, I'm gonna tell them where they can go, right? when I do go into the office, I got a seat that I like to it's by the window because I'm paranoid. So some shit jumps off. I want to see everything going on. That's just me. That's just how I roll. I like my little seat by the window. If my boss were to say, T-Will, you can't sit there, I'm gonna be like, why? What's going? Well, we're just doing this new thing. No, we don't need to do that. I've been working here for 10 years. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you're bringing this person in here in the midst of, and granted, it's a locker. You're not coming after anybody's paycheck, but I still think that you're already in transition. You have new leadership. I don't think that's the best way to go. That's just me. If you're going to, and my only concern is Mike Tomlin is about a stable a coach. I don't know if you guys would agree. Mike Tomlin's never had a season. So there's certain fundamentals that you're going to do when you go to Pittsburgh. If you can't make it there, that's all I'm saying. If you can't make it there, right, with all of that, Mike's just going to let you be you. Okay, you're young. Okay, you're whatever. But when it gets to the point to where Mike is like, you know what? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Whatever.
History shows once a nutcase, always a nutcase. I ask y'all this, as I'm thinking about it right now. You name me one athlete who's been kind of like off, but off between the ears, and all of a sudden has got it.
I'm trying to think.
Just one. Who was straight loco as hell. Couldn't, you know what I'm saying? He was just off the rails, and all of a sudden, just like that, he became a team player.
I can name one, and I love him to death. I love him to death. I don't care. Jimmy Butler, early days, he was definitely ahead. I mean, even a little bit in Miami, but when he has his head straight, you have one of the best players, one of the most clutch players in the entire NBA.
So you don't think Jimmy Butler's a volatile person?
Look, I love Jimmy so much. I think sometimes, I mean, I'm a Bulls and Sixers fan, because I'm named after Jordan, and I'm from Philly area. So I love watching Jimmy.
One team, Deboe. Jordan never picks one team.
It's only
clearly.
It's only football and basketball.
I'm an Eagles fan, but wearing damn Cardinals jersey. Okay.
Oh, he loves his jersey. He doesn't. The only jersey he would not see.
I have a lot of jerseys.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Him in the Cowboys jersey, but other than that, everything else is open.
No Tony Dorsett jersey, no Emmitt Smith jersey.
No, you will not see him.
You'll never see me.
No Michael Irvin jersey. The Cowboys have some awesome players, man. So you gotta at least have one.
I do have 3 Cowboys jerseys, but you'll never see me wear one, and one's Michael Irvin.
Okay.
So,
okay.
The other one's DeMarco Murray, and the other one's Miles Austin. So
okay. But again, like I said, like this whole situation about any professional player who is not all there, who has that crazy gray matter, he ain't worth it. He's not. It's not. So I don't know what the hell the Cowboys are going to do with that dude, because you got CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is that dude. CeeDee Lamb is that dude. And George Pickens, he's going to be number 2, and then we'll see what happens. But like I said, it's going to be interesting how not George Pickens on the field. I'm talking about George Pickens on the sideline.
Yeah, that will be interesting. But what I will say is George Pickens, definitely gives them a number 2, a number that you have respect. So now, because we saw a couple of teams last year double CD and basically take them out. You can't do that now. So what it does give them, it definitely gives them a solid number 2 that they can get the ball to. Now, I agree with you, Deboe. If you can, whatever you got to do to get him in line, if they can do it, more power to him. Look, I'm not hating on him or the Cowboys, but like Jordan says, and like Deboe says, I've been watching this game for the better part of 40 plus years, and I've yet to see people like Jimmy Butler are the exception and not the rule, right? So, yeah.
I've seen one player turn around, but it was like super late in his career, where it was like really late, and he was like really repentant of the way he treated his teammates and others. But it was like I said, like as his last year, he became like a good guy all of a sudden. But after what he like I said, he was really flamboyant, disrespectful, all that. Was Charles Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Other than that, bro, I can't think of anybody. Crazy is crazy.
Yeah. Well, and look at some people need to be different things to play this game, right? So
Yes. Oh,
a
for
lot
sure. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah.
and in order to be a wide receiver, you have to have a bit of an ego. And I would say that is true. In order to be willing to go across the middle and get your head knocked clean off, you got to have somewhat of an ego. I can say that. It's just how can they handle it? How can they regulate it? But anyway, guys, hey man, good discussion, Jack. Definitely meant no offense if you're a Cowboys fan or Steelers fan. Just expressing my opinion, bro. You're more than welcome to express yours. And again, all opinions are welcome here, sir. You are safe here. Falconer. Oh, Iron Mike says, "What up, y'all? What up,
What
Iron Mike?"
up? What up?
Falconator says, "Late to the party. Have we talked about Germany yet? Falcons are playing the Colts in Germany. Um, Debo, what do you think about it? Jordan, what do you think about it? Give me your thoughts on it."
Nothing. Just international game.
He said nothing. Wow, he said,
No, I mean, it's just just a regular, it's just an international game.
"Oh wow."
Man,
I mean, don't the only bad. I will say this much. I take that back. The only bad thing about that counts as a well. Does it count for a home game for the Falcons or for Colts?
It's an away game for us.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
Yeah,
because I'm so against the fact that what I'm saying somebody goes to an away, overseas, and it counts as a home game. So you buy season tickets. That season tickets going to that home game in Germany. So that devalues what you bought. So that's the only thing. Unless I got incorrect, but that's the only thing that kind of sucks about it. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I love Kyle Pitts scored his first touchdown in Germany, what I'm saying, internationally. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see. I mean, it's a great venue, but as long as we walk up with that L, that's all I'm worried about. We'll see how many times whoever the Colts quarterback going to be. We'll see how many times he gets sacked. So
hey man, bring on the leader, Hosen. Jordan, that's the only word I know in German. Jordan,
I have no idea what the hell that is. I'm going to tell you word for it.
I don't know either. Jordan, what do you think about it? Give me your thoughts.
I mean, like Debo said, it's another international game. I don't really. I mean, like even if you're looking at like the Colts and Falcons on the schedule, like I mean, it's a weird matchup. I mean, you guys don't really play the Colts all that much, so I mean, I don't know. It's something
that is funny because we played them 2 years ago. So usually you play like a AFC divisional team, like let's say at the AFC East, once every 4 years or so. So that is kind of interesting right there, though. But just a game.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
What say you, T-Wil? You brought what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I know the Falcons have marketing rights in Germany, so I think you'll probably see them play this year and maybe next year because they're trying to build their brand in Germany. There are a lot of Falcon supporters in Germany, so I think that's why you see that. And even though it is an away game in Germany, there's so much Falcon support out there. That'll basically be a Falcons home game out there. So
Okay.
about it. I mean, hey, it's on the schedule. It's an away game, but in real life, it's at a minimum. At least it's a draw as far as the home crowd is concerned.
So T-Wil, can we get an update on Miss Carey? She just said, "What's up?" Is there an update about this whole block situation?
Well, unfortunately, we are in day 5 of the
Block gate. Yeah.
Carey block embargo. Unfortunately, Jordan, I accidentally blocked my producer, Miss Carey, on YouTube. I didn't mean to do it,
I heard about that.
and I'm in negotiations with StreamYard to see how we can do that. And they've got to get back to me. So
no GoFundmes or anything unnecessary, right? You got this, right?
not right now, no sir. No.
Okay.
Necessary, not right now.
Okay.
Unless you guys just really want to fund my expedition to Miami. I mean, if you just led to do that, who am I to stop you, right? But no, not necessary. Carey says, "Hi, T-Wil, Debo, and Jordan." Carey says Pickens is a good wide receiver, but he's a diva on and off the field issue. I mean, if Tomlin has given up on you, yeah, good luck. And that's
a narrative. That's a narrative. Yeah, absolutely.
That is essential. That's word for word what I said. Way to go, Carey. Great minds think alike. Carey said, "Did y'all see that Shamar Stewart set out of rookie camp today because he said he didn't want to sign his rookie contract yet?" Shaking my head. Scott was right about him, maybe. I'm glad he's not a Falcon. Damn. Already, Shamar?
What an idiot! I'm gonna
I
say
know.
it.
Look, I hadn't
That's a
heard,
world class idiot right there.
I hadn't heard that. Had you guys heard that?
I didn't. This is the first I looked at. I have not heard that.
I heard my Panthers administrator Austin, who you saw on the stream, he messaged us in our group chat while I was working, and I heard about. I didn't know what player it was. I didn't know it was Shamar Stewart, but all right. If
Wait, is that Jack?
being honest, how many times has a player not signed a rookie contract?
That's true.
What?
Is that Jack Shivers? Is that Austin you're talking about?
Yeah.
Jordan, you there?
No, that's not.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not Jack Shivers.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean, good job. So what?
No, I mean, how many times has a rookie not gone into the season, and they haven't signed their contract? Like the closest we got was like Nick Bosa, and he still ended up playing. So it's not something to worry about. If you guys get to like week 2 of the preseason and he is yet to sign his contract, then that's a big deal.
Right,
but
but that makes sense, Jordan. But my only thing about Shamar Stewart is that do you think he has the leverage to say, look, I don't want to sign my contract yet? Well, he's not improving anything. Now, don't boast a thing. That's a different story right there, because he was a proven dude in college. What Shamar Stewart sitting out? You know, it's still, on top of that. I mean, on top of that, it's simply not a good look. It's not a good look. Yeah. But you know, hey, the man knows what he wants. So it is what it is. I'm just glad the Falcons ain't got to deal with that. Amen. All of our rookies showed up.
Amen. I think Deboe is saying Shamar's a little suspect and wasn't worthy of the first round pick anyway. And I can't believe you have the audacity and the unmitigated gall. Shout out to my dad, as he would say, to hold out. I think that is what Deboe is saying. Deboe won't say it. All right. But I've been around.
You said what I was thinking, pretty much. Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew exactly what you were thinking. Because I've been around you long enough, right?
Right.
Just like I know Jordan wants to laugh his ass off, but he's trying to be polite. So anyway, we're gonna move on. Jordan is cracking up on the inside. Look at him. He wants to laugh, but he's not. He's just a nice guy, but he wants to crack up. 3 Dirty says, that's interesting. I'm a PSL owner, and I'm gonna have to check that. What's he talking about, guys?
Oh, I think he's talking about the whole thing about the international games. You lose a home game.
Yeah, I got you. All right, my bad, 3 Dirty. How you doing, man? Hopefully all is well. Carrie says, does Jordan have a jersey from every team where he is? Where's his Falcons one? Can we hear that on the next show? Yes. You know what? I'm not going to answer for you, Jordan. You tell him.
So when it comes to NFL, I have a jersey from all 32 teams. I got my the 32nd team was kind of hard because it was a Texans jersey and I didn't know what to get. And I have like 110, 120 jerseys. So yeah, I have 2 Falcons jerseys, and I was supposed to wear one on one episode, but we didn't end up having that episode, and it was a Julio Jones jersey. So I could have worn it today.
That's quite a transition right there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a perfect segue.
Yeah, that's quite a transition right there.
Hey man, if we were on One Time for the Fan, you would get a wow. But I don't have a soundboard machine, so you're just gonna have to settle for wow. That was a great shot, Jordan. That was a great shot. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get to Julio, guys. Carrie's taking shots at me. Jordan, do you know how to unblock me? Carrie, I've called StreamYard. Jeez, man. Carrie is killing me right now. What?
Are you sure it's not like what Carrie
I think it's
said?
YouTube, bro.
I think it might be YouTube.
Yeah, why are you calling StreamYard for? When YouTube's one, yeah, you got
it through StreamYard.
Yeah, but her account's on YouTube. Like she can talk through X right now, but it's her YouTube account that's blocked. So it's possible that you're blocking her through YouTube.
So then I gotta
very much so. No, you ain't gonna call nobody, bro. Just like pull her up, pull her YouTube profile up, and it'll tell you if you blocked her. It'll say block or and you can click on unblock.
All right, this is where you guys know I'm old as shit. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, look at T-Will about to pull his AOL up. He about to pull his dial up. Here come T-Will dial up.
You've got mail. Hold on 1 second. Hey Carrie, hit me up in the chat, Carrie. Drop your YouTube info so I can see if I can pull it up. Hit me up in the chat. I know you want to share it in this chat. Hit me up in our chat, Carrie.
Yeah.
Let's see. Carrie says I just tagged T-Will and Deboe in the video on Twitter.
Word, that's what's up.
All right. If this is true, I hope that we would be humble. He was drafted. I hope that he would be humble. He was drafted in the 5th. So what is he expecting? Who's he?
He was drafted in the 5th round.
Who's he talking about?
Not Shamar.
Yeah, he was drafted in the 5th. Who's he talking about?
Drafted in the 1st round. Is he talking? Was George Pickens drafted in the 5th round?
No.
Jay Black, you gotta be specific. We have no idea what you're talking about.
Jay, help us out. Help us out. Craig, what up, Craig? Craig is one of the funniest dudes, man. Craig is freaking hilarious.
He said Shamar must have Kirk Cousins' agent.
Oh, that damn Craig.
What up, Craig?
What up, Craig? I'm gonna have Craig. I had Craig on my show once. I'm gonna have Craig on the show again. I freaking love Craig, man. He's hilarious. Jay Black drafted in the 5th, no leverage. Wait, who's he talking?
Who are you talking about?
Shador. He just said he's talking about Shador Sanders for some reason.
Oh, why are we talking about?
We had not one time mentioned Shador Sanders.
I don't know.
Okay, well,
Jay Black, man, put that yak down, boy.
Hey, man, I mean, he could have. Shamar Stewart. I mean, I'm trying to help him out here,
bro. You could have that Shamar Stewart, Shador Sanders.
Hey, man.
Shamar Stewart. Shador Sanders.
I'm not gonna have you clouded Jay Black, man. Jay Black is my guy. What up, Jay? Hey, but seriously, Jay, I don't know. We weren't talking about you. Jay. You still my guy, man. Whatever.
That's what's up, man.
T Terry, what's up, guys? What up?
What up, T Terry?
And hopefully all is well. Maybe when we were talking about, I don't know. Maybe he was talking.
But not one time did no one mention Shador Sanders the whole episode.
Maybe
thought we were talking about Shador. Yeah, he thought we were talking about Shador.
Okay.
When we were talking about the audacity, he probably thought we were talking about Shador Sanders. I don't know. But
the audacity of Shador Sanders.
Either way, it's all good, Jay. We still love you, bro. It's all good, bro. It's all good, and whatever. And you're still my guy, Jay. Lisa Shepherd. Lisa, Lisa. Hey, man. Lisa helped me start this whole enterprise. This whole for my ATL Sports One thing.
It's a movement, bro. It's a movement.
Help me start it. So I will always have love for Lisa. Lisa, come on through anytime you feel like it. Lisa says, Karen will be visiting team for the international game. Colts will be the whole team.
Good. So that means we don't lose a home game, and that's what's up.
Right. Christy Lewis from Mississippi. What up, Christy? M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback I. What it do, Mississippi? What it do?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah.
I bet you guys never heard Mississippi spelled like that. I bet you didn't.
You did. Quick letter I, humble your back, yeah.
Jordan, have you ever heard Mississippi spelled that way? I bet you haven't.
I have not. No.
Well, now you have. Jordan.
Yeah, bro. See. Now. Hey. Speaking of what we talking about in pregame, that'd be a great conversation piece.
I just got what you were saying. Okay. All right. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's been a long week. I was like, what the hell is he doing? I thought about it. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
I saw the delayed reaction. Right.
Yo, man, hey, the chat's so lost right now, man. I bet the chat's like, what the fuck they talking about?
We were having a conversation with Jordan offline, and that's where the joke took place, and it was funny. Trust me. I'm sorry. Shame on you, Deboe.
I'm sorry. Yeah, bring it back, Deboe. Bring it back.
I was like, what the hell is he? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Mike says, fellas. What up, fellas?
What up, Mike?
What up, Mike? Jay Black says Shador. Carrie says, Craig, I think Shamar has Trey Hendrickson's agent.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Wait, didn't he fire his agent? Or no? Or was that Shador?
That was Shador. Yeah, Shador fired. Yeah,
Dead,
Shador
right?
fired Dion. Yeah.
Dead, yeah. Damn.
Shador. Yeah, Shador and Shallow. They both fired his ass.
Oh, damn, Shiloh fired him
Yeah,
too?
Shiloh.
Yeah, he picked up Drew Rosenhaus.
Shiloh picked up Drew. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Who knew? All right.
Yeah.
Craig says, what up, guys? Georgia Tech's boy. Falcons family, what's going on? The new
What's up,
era
boy?
is here with the Atlanta Falcons. Rise up 2025.
Rise up, yes, sir.
Laugh out loud. My bad. I thought we were talking about Shador. All good, Jay. We got you, man. We got you. We got nothing but love for you, guy. Kerry, I think you was late to the show and thought y'all were talking about Shador, not Shamar Stewart. Jay Black, my friend. I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's Friday, and you're right about that. Jay Black, Deboe, I ain't drinking yak. It's tequila.
That's what's up, funny story. This one time, Jay Black, I had a 2-day hangover from drinking tequila. I ain't touched that shit since. I was hungover for 2 days, y'all. The first day I couldn't even get out of bed. Second day you start recovering, trying to get your bearings together and stuff, man. But the night before, it was a hell of a night, though. It was a hell of a night.
My brother, Eric Parker, is quite a fan of Jose Cuervo. Quite a fan.
Okay.
And even though I'm big brother, I'm really little brother to him because he's 6'3". Thank you, Dad. And I'm 5'9". Even though people have told me that on this show I look 6'2", I'm not. I'm 5'9". Okay. Thank you, Dad. Again. So he came over. I think it might have been my 45th birthday. And I don't know. I was feeling randy. I was feeling myself. I was like, you know what, Eric? I'm going to drink you under the table.
Uh-oh.
And that, gentleman, was a mistake. I was so sick. I was so sick. I woke up and I was like, Kim, that's my wife. Kim, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die, Kim. Kim, I'm gonna die. Please help me. Pray for me, Kim. Help me. Please come hold my hand. I'm puking in the toilet saying, Lord, I'll never do it again. Lord. And I got on Kim's nerves so bad she was like, well, just die already or shut up. Either way, I gotta go to work tomorrow. So let's hurry this thing up. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, that was I've not partied with Jose since. I got you. After my 2 heart attacks, I really can't have hard liquor anymore. But I've not had an occasion to partake in Jose. Willie Vassar says, "What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Willie?"
Christy Lewis says it's Falcons Friday
for show.
Pepper. I'm so excited. I got one of those Falcons Clocker fans. I'm going to be clacking. Oh, Clacker fans. I'm going to be clacking all season long at the opposing fans. Oh, okay.
I know it's right, Lisa Shepard.
I wonder if you're at the stadium, they'll play that song that goes, "Where them fans at?" I wonder if they'll be, you know what I mean? Boots on the ground. Is that the name of it?
Boots on the ground. Yeah.
I'm old, so I'm trying to stay with it. I'm trying to stay.
Yeah. For sure. That's a good job, man. You keep it up.
My niece came over and she's been giving me all the local, the latest hip hop groups. So, I feel like she told me this new, what's this new one? Pluto. Have you guys heard of Pluto?
No. I haven't. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I guess. Hey man, I don't know. I'm just saying. Telling me about.
Homebugger walked right by me. I have no clue the hell he was.
Yeah. So she was showing me the video and everything. It was. I try to stay young, guys.
My son. Yeah. My son. Like he always tell me, "Oh, Dad, you don't know about no Playboy Cardi." I said, "I have no idea who it is, son."
Like the #1 album or something out right now.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't know, but my son's informed. He's educating me. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Young person, you should know this. Is Playboy Cardi #1?
I know Playboy Cardi.
Okay.
All
right.
Was that Christian Jordan?
My roommates were big Playboy Cardi fans. I'm old school when it comes to hip hop. So
and you know what? That's why I rock with Jordan right there. That's why I rock with Jordan. That's why. Because even though Jordan is chronologically under 25, God damn it, in his soul, he's 56. Yeah. I'm just saying. I rock with Jordan. I rock with him. Jay Black, laugh out loud. Craig says if they had Kerry as an agent, they would be at work. And you're goddamn right, Craig. Kerry, I love seeing all the videos and pictures of the rookies today at the first
Yes,
rookie
I
camp.
did too. Man,
Yeah,
that boy Pierce was like a beast, yo. Pierce
yeah.
was like a beast. Man, Xavier Watts going up to jumping, man, getting them balls, snagging them balls like the air, boy. Man, Jalen Walker, man, doing the shuttle, man, boy. Mm.
Mm.
Deboe,
Kerry,
have you tried Casamigos, a clear one? Very smooth for tequila. Honestly, you wouldn't have a two-day hangover. I'm gonna give it a shot.
why'd you say
And
that?
I'll do a review. And if I start throwing up and stuff, I'm gonna call you out, Carrie.
Hold on.
Y'all see Miss Carrie, Miss.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Why did he say that in his DJ voice? What the hell's up with that, Debo? Why are
Oh,
you
okay.
saying that like you're Debo? And okay, so this is grocery store Debo. This what we get when we see you in the grocery store. This is what you
Absolutely.
talk about. That's how you approach it.
Yeah, Miss. Hey,
That's
Miss
how you
Carrie.
do it.
Miss Carrie, have you tried Casamigos, the clear one? Very smooth for tequila. Honestly, you wouldn't have a 2-day hangover.
Oh wow. Oh
I didn't
wow.
know this
Clean
was
up
an
on
app.
I-1. Clean up on I-1.
Greg, the one thing I noticed about the rookies is the speed
The
is
speed. I
it's
feel you, Craig. You sound fast and boys were out there. I
yeah.
mean speed. Speed, speed, speed. Exactly what Ollie as well as Albert are concentrating on, man, for sure. Debo Carey give you some good advice. I'm gonna give it a shot, y'all. Y'all take Casamigos it is. I'll let y'all know. They're a liquor store right down the street. I'll let y'all know what happens.
All right, Debo. Don't do it like 2 days before.
I can come on live and do the shit.
We'll have to send somebody to Debo's house.
Yeah, well, next
It's gonna
Friday.
go dark. His screen's gonna go dark.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna go. It's gonna go. Yeah, it's going
Oh,
dark also. I'm gone.
oh my goodness. Jordan, you had something you want to talk about with numbers and list of retired numbers. And the reason this came up, guys, is we were having a conversation. I've been having this conversation all week on about 3 different shows. On the Falcons gave Jalen Walker Julio's number. Um, and again, at first I was like, I don't know about that. But then my brother Eric Parker proceeded to show me the mirror and what a hypocrite I was, because actually the number's been assigned a couple of times.
Yeah.
So Jalen Walker is not the first to wear it. I'm just going to throw it out here. I pretty much know how Debo feels. I don't know how you feel about it, Jordan. Do you feel like there are certain numbers that should be retired by teams, or do you feel like there are only so many numbers to go around? Like, get over it. Give me your thoughts on that.
I feel like retiring numbers should be more rare than making the Hall of Fame. I think teams should only be retiring numbers if they were arguably the greatest of their position for a generation. Like for the Saints, I only think 9 should be retired. I could see an argument actually for 7 because Morgan Anderson was arguably the greatest kicker in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I would just say 9. I understand what Archie meant to the team. Archie also wasn't even in the conversation for the best quarterback of his generation.
You know what's crazy to me? I'm sorry, Jordan. I'm so sorry, man. I just thought about something, and I apologize. It just came to my mind.
Okay.
It's crazy to me how Sam Mills has a statue in Carolina, but the Saints have retired his number.
Another player that there's very rare situations like with the Eagles, Jerome Brown. They have 99 retired. I get that completely.
Right.
The Panthers and Saints should both have 51 retired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen the Panthers statue in person when I went to Charlotte. And it's one of the best statues that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 9 and 51 should probably be the only 2 numbers retired in Saints history. For the Eagles, I think 15 should be retired for Steve Van Buren, 60 should be retired for Chuck Bednarik, 99 for Jerome Brown, 92 for Reggie White, and 20 for Brian Dawkins. So that's it. I don't think Donovan McNabb's number should have been retired. I think it should be rare situations. And for me, Julio Jones, what for his generation was arguably the greatest receiver of his generation. And I think same thing with Deion Sanders. I mean, looking back on Desmond Trufant wearing 21, every time I played Madden, I'm switching to Desmond Trufant's number. He ain't wearing 21. And I'll do the same thing with whoever's wearing 11 for the Falcons, because anytime I see those numbers, that's who I'm thinking of. Every time I see this is another one that I think should have been retired, like the Bears with 23. I will not see anyone number not think about Devin Hester. I mean, I was looking at some of because the Bears and Giants have two of like the most retired numbers, so they don't have very many to choose from. Like here's a list of some players. They got 3 retired for the Bears, 3 retired for Bronco Nagurski. I get that, one of the best fullbacks, linebackers in NFL history. George McAfee's numbers retired. He wore number 5. He was a Hall of Fame running back. He was good. I don't think his number should have been retired. George Halas's number 7 is retired. I get that. Dude should be all over that franchise. Same as like Paul Brown with the Browns. I get Willie Gallimore. That was a different situation, kind of like Jerome Brown. Sam Mills, he passed away really early in life. I get why 28's retired. Walter Payton, one of the greatest running backs ever, 34 is retired. Done. Get that. Gale Sayers, 40. Done. I get that. He was one of the best of his generation, even though he didn't play very long. Brian Piccolo's 41's retired. He didn't play very long, and he passed away very young in life, so I get that. Sid Luckman, one of the best of his generation, 42. I mean, the Bears, there are some franchises I 100% get it. And then circling back to the Falcons, you have Steve Bartkowski's number 10 unofficially retired. Nobody has worn 10 since. Steve Bartkowski, at his best, he was a very good quarterback, never a great quarterback. It's hard. I don't get that. I get why Tommy Novus's number is retired. I completely get that. Well, unofficially, the Falcons officially haven't retired any numbers, but there's 4 numbers that haven't been worn since, and that's 31, 60, 10, and I think Jeff Van Note's number.
You said 31.
Just assigned 31 to a rookie this year.
Yeah, and
yeah.
And so my guess is
didn't Justin Simmons wear that last year?
Yes.
You got it. Yeah, you're right.
And those have been like unofficially retired. Like if you go look at Pro Football Reference, those are the numbers that end up popping up. But most of the time during preseason, you'll have these numbers worn. Like, don't be shocked if someone wears 2, a rookie wears number 2, and then they drop it as soon as like the regular season hits. Happens all the time.
Right.
But especially with retired numbers, you'll see retired numbers worn throughout the preseason. But when regular season hits, and if these players still have those numbers, then it's like, okay, this is kind of a big deal. Julio was just so fantastic to watch. I mean, he never did that much to the Saints. I mean, I know me and Terry had this conversation when Julio retired. When it came to Julio playing the Saints, he never did what he did to the Panthers against the Saints.
That's because he threw all the coverage, Jordan. We let the other guys do the work. It was strategy. It was strategy, Jordan. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
But I loved watching him. I love Quintorris Lopez-Jones. I loved watching him play. He like with him and Antonio Brown. This is like I didn't get to watch like prime Randy versus prime T.O. I got to watch the end of their careers, but that's how I imagined it, but like on another level. But Julio, man, you gotta just retire his number. Or I get the whole, and Terry, you were mentioning this on your show, I think last night. I get how Julio, like the end of his time in Atlanta, kind of was rough. And the same thing basically happened with Donovan McNabb and the Eagles. The same thing happened with Calvin Johnson and the Lions. It's just that bad blood initially, but eventually everybody will get over it, and then you'll just remember the good times. So I don't think I'll ever be able to see someone wear 11 in a Falcons jersey, the same way. I will always think about Julio. I'll always look at 21 in a Falcons jersey, and I will think about Deion. I never got to watch Deion play, but every time I look at 21, I will think of Deion Sanders. So, yeah, there's some numbers. If you're the best of your generation, retire it, or arguably the best, retire that. But outside of that, I don't feel like if you're a Hall of Famer, you should have just because you're a Hall of Famer, you should have your number retired. Very rare situations. Like Matt Ryan's 2, I don't expect that number to be worn anytime soon. That might be an unofficially retired number, like 12 is with the Eagles. I mean, nobody's worn 12 in a regular season game since like 95 because of Cunningham. So I get what everybody's saying. I from what I saw of Julio, nobody should ever wear his number.
I agree with everything you said, Jordan. But Steve Bartkowski was a great quarterback because, goddamn it, he took the Falcons to the playoffs when I was 8. And there's nothing you can say to 8-year-old me, Jordan. I don't care what you say, okay? And I hate you, Cowboys, because you broke my heart.
Sure did.
I hate you, bastards.
They sure did.
I always hate you. God damn it, Drew Pearson, wherever you are, I hope you have sand in your boots. Damn it. Broke my little 8-year-old heart. We were up 17 points. And then here come the Cowboys. Anyway. All right, Jordan, let's get into it, man. You had some other stuff on retired numbers, man. The floor is yours. Let's go. Let's do it. Well, you know what? Let's do some housekeeping first. Let's see. Jay Black says that, Craig, you better believe it. JPJ gonna run that ass down quick.
That dude smooth, man. That James Pierce Jr., he was smooth out there today.
Oh, that's JPJ. Okay. All right. Yes, please do a review. It's good, honestly, smooth. All right. Well, Deboe.
So Carrie wants to be get drunk as hell during her live, pretty much.
Does Carrie? You know what, Carrie? I think that means you're gonna have to be on the show just in case Deboe gets drunk. We're gonna need it to be.
We need. Yes, yeah. You come out, have her come out of the bullpen.
Carrie, you got to be on.
Yeah, have her come out of the bullpen.
You did.
Go.
We might need you out of the bullpen. Speaking of that, let's see. Carrie, he was tall. I noticed JPJ looked so tall. I knew he was tall, but wow, he looked very tall out there. Didn't know that. Willie Vassar says, fellas, are y'all ready for the season to start? Ready to see my Cowboys' new rookies in CD and Pickens together? And boy, Willie, I can tell you can't.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that either. Yeah, hey, I totally agree with you. I can't wait to see that either.
Hey, Willie, I'm interested to hear, Willie. How do you think Pickens, basically being right now with his demeanor, how do you think that's going to work in Dallas? I'd love to hear your thoughts, Willie. I really would. I think it's going to be interesting. But, Willie, I'm a reserve judgment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. T. Terry says Jelon Walker had been wearing 11 since Little League. I get it. Let's see. The Falcons do have a history of putting Redskins QBs out of the NFL. Damn, Craig. Why are you so sinister today, Craig? Damn. What are you on your – wow, okay. Lisa says, don't retire 11 for Julio Jones. He didn't acknowledge the Falcons or Arthur Blank during his retirement announcement, so there's that. He's also stopped accepting Blank's call. I'm over it. Well, there you have it.
I do want to say one thing. A legendary receiver who everybody in the entire NFL respects, Larry Fitzgerald. The way him and the Cardinals parted ways, he ended up being a free agent, never re-signed, never officially retired. Then one day he was on NFL Network. He's like, no, I'm done. And he never acknowledged anyone. I mean, would you rather him just not say anything?
Well, I think so. In context regarding Julio Jones, what she's saying is Julio thanked everybody but the Falcons, and you could kind of feel that there's a personal thing there, right? And look it, how people feel is how they feel. I'm not going to tell anybody how to feel, but I guess. I don't know what's going on with me lately because normally Scorpios are very petty people. We really are. But goddamn it, I just want the Falcons to be back together, man. Come on back in the house, Julio. Come on back. Come on, Julio. We've been beefing long enough. Let's go. At least
That ain't happening. Today it's not happening. I'll tell you right now, it's not happening, bro.
Why you gotta rain on my parade?
It'd be great. It'd be fantastic. We see Julio come out for a curtain call.
Why, Deboe?
What happened?
It's not happening.
You know what? You know what? You're right. It's Friday night. I should be waiting. You know what, T-Wil? Everything you said is right. Julio's gonna be in the place, opening night. Everybody shut this darn down. Like, look at me. I love you, Atlanta. I love you, Atlanta. Yeah. That's what Julio's gonna do. Even though he want to get the fuck up out, of here, he said he want nothing to do with Atlanta or the Falcons. He's gonna come back. Atlanta, 4-4 day, Magic City, American Deli, diversity. I love everything about all of you.
Waffle House.
Hell no.
You forgot Waffle House.
Waffle House. Nah. I will die on this soil. Where the fuck was all that when I need to get the fuck up out of here? I don't want to be in Atlanta no more.
I love it, Deboe. I love it.
Yes, I'm with Lisa Shepard. Everything she said a little bit ago, I'm totally on board with that.
I love nighttime Deboe. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, nighttime is the Deboe uncut. I know.
I love nighttime.
I know. I think it's a beer, T-Will. It's bringing more confidence out of me.
It's released some inhibition.
It's releasing that confidence in me, bro.
Oh wow. Okay. Willie Master says, "Laugh out loud." I'm from Houston, Texas.
What up, H-Town, man? That's what's up.
H-Town, you are definitely
screwed up, Texas.
Let's see. T. Terry, if MPJ wins a Super Bowl in Atlanta, number 9 will be retired. Hey, that's fair, brother. I would even go so far.
I totally fair.
All right. That reminds me of something. So 9 has not been worn for the Eagles since Nick Foles won us the Super Bowl.
That's fair.
I don't feel like Nick Foles' number should be retired. I love Nick Foles. I have a newspaper from his preseason debut. I was with Nick Foles since day one. I loved watching him. I have nothing but respect for him. I mean, he helped win us our first Super Bowl. I was crying tears of joy, but I would not retire his number. I said, I think that should be for rare. The greatest of greatest should have their number retired.
Wasn't that your first Super Bowl you won,
yes,
Jordan?
Yes.
And you wouldn't retire his number?
No.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a damn if it was the bus boy that was our quarterback. If he wins us the Super Bowl, I want you to retire number 138. It will never be worn again. I'm just saying.
So with that, do you think the Ravens should retire Trent Dilfer's number?
Absolutely. 100%.
No.
Deboe and me, no.
Hold up.
What's wrong with you?
Hold up.
One of the first Super Bowl.
Trent Dilfer happened to be the quarterback on a team with one of the best defenses in NFL history. He just happened to take snaps. That's all he did.
Super Bowl.
He just happened to take snaps.
You just happened to win in your Super Bowl, bro.
The defense happened to win a Super Bowl. I feel the same way about Brad Johnson with the goddamn Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Let's go to the chat. Chat.
Well, before you do no. Before you do that, T-Wil, I will make sure I heard you correctly. You're saying because Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl for the Ravens, his number should be retired.
Let me tell you something. I don't give a damn if Jermaine Dupri is quarterback in the Falcons. If he wins us a Super Bowl, I'm retiring his number. And Welcome to Atlanta is going to be the national song. Yeah. I'm retiring his number. And I don't care. I don't care if he takes 15 snaps total. I don't care if the game is won 9-6. If he wins, my beloved Atlanta Falcons, who had to endure the horror of 28-3, a Super Bowl, I am retiring his number. And I don't even feel bad about it. It will never be worn again.
I got to tell you something, bro. You've had some live crazy takes. Like I said, we've been over we've gone over your crazy takes. One I remember the first one you said that was like that made me question your acumen. Is when you said, "Oh, for sure, team will trade a second round pick for Tyler Algier. They do it in a heartbeat." Okay, okay. And then the whole thing was like, well, on my top 5 MCs, I would have to pick KRS-One over Biggie.
KRS-One is still in my top 5. Damn it!
You don't know about that, Jordan? Jordan, you hear about this shit, Jordan?
Oh, wait a minute.
Over Biggie?
You didn't hear about this shit?
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. We are not going to trash KRS-One. We are not going to trash KRS-One.
We're not. No one's no.
We're not going to do that.
Okay.
Because art is subjective, goddammit. And KRS-One is one of the greatest rappers ever because he's a philosopher. And I don't care what you guys think. And honestly, Jordan, I cannot believe what I'm hearing from you right now. Because Nick Foles saved you guys. Delivered a Super Bowl. And if I'm hearing you correctly, you do not think it appropriate to retire his number.
No.
Why is that?
And I
help me to understand. I don't understand. I don't understand that. Because that is a once in a lifetime thing.
Because he had 2 good years, 2 great years. Well, I wouldn't even call it. I don't think he's had one full great year at all in his career. I think he's had runs of success, like his run of success in 2013, where he was throwing 7 touchdowns against the Raiders. He was winning Pro Bowl MVP. Like that run, I was like, we got our franchise quarterback. We did not. And then even when he came in after Wentz got hurt, I was very comfortable with him being our backup quarterback. I was like, I'm very confident in Nick Foles giving us a deep playoff run. I would not retire his number. If I think about all the teams that won their first Super Bowl, should we retire the numbers of those quarterbacks? I don't think so. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
T-Wil, what you smoking on, bro?
Now, Lisa, you're not right about that, Lisa. You're not right about that. Okay, I'm simply saying, and I'm throwing this out there, guys. Are there not certain accomplishments that a player can contribute to a team that supersede the regulations for having a jersey retired? Like, I know he had the best defense in the world, but guess what? There have been some other, just the Steelers have had some great defenses in the last 20 years. They ain't won a Super Bowl. Wait a minute.
They did, yeah. What the heck?
They won in 2008, right?
Yeah, no, 2010, I think.
No, they didn't. That was Green Bay.
No, they beat. Oh wait, you're right. Yeah, they beat the Cardinals. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
All right, so that was what, 17 years ago. All right.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
But whatever. But anyway, outside of that, you need a quarterback. I mean, I'm not saying he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he did deliver the Ravens the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. Think about it this way, right?
Who was his running back?
I have no idea.
Jamal Lewis.
Okay.
He used to run and hand the ball to Jamal Lewis all year.
He had
a hell-of-a defense.
He had to make some passes too.
If I sit here and tell you T-Wil, if I said T-Wil, you may tell me just one great play he made a Super Bowl. Could you do it?
Yep.
I can name one.
He did.
Name one.
Yeah. On that zone read, that zone read, the handoff, right? It was played perfectly in Jamal Lewis's stomach. Okay.
Oh wow.
I can name one.
Okay.
He had a great deep ball to Brandon Stokely.
Mm-hmm.
I like vividly when I remember. I've rewatched every Super Bowl. Vividly, I can remember from that Super Bowl the kick returns, and I remember the deep pass that he made to Brandon Stokely. Outside of that, he didn't contribute to anything.
No,
man, that's a tough crowd, man. I'm just saying, man. I just won a damn Super Bowl, okay? And the first quarterback for the Falcons to deliver it is getting his jersey retired. And that's just how I feel about it, okay? It's just me.
So All right. We're gonna go a hypothetical scenario here.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's say Michael Penix and takes the Falcons all the way to the NFC Championship game, right?
Oh, I know where you're going.
Don't
do this.
Then he gets hurt, and Kirk Cousins comes in. They win the NFC Championship game. Then Kirk Cousins goes and wins them the Super Bowl. Should you retire Kirk Cousins' jersey?
Damn you, Jordan. Damn you.
That's a great question. Answer the question, T-Will.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah. By your philosophy, they should make a by what Jordan said up and your philosophy. The day of the Super Bowl, you should come on for my ATL Sports One and just praise the fuck out of Kirk Cousins and demand his number get retired right now.
We're having technical difficulties. We're having technical. I'm not hearing what you guys are saying.
Hello. Can you guys hear me? Chat, can you guys hear me? Chat, put a one if you can. Put a one if you can hear me. Put a one if you can hear me. Okay. So by T-Will's philosophy, that's a great scenario, Jordan. By your philosophy, T-Will, if Michael Penix takes us, goes 14-3, somehow, something happens to his leg, whatever. Here comes Kirk Cousins. Matter of fact, no. Let's say Kirk Cousins plays just 2 games, the NFC Championship game and Super Bowl. And half the time, all he's doing is hand the ball to Bijan. Doesn't even do that much. But he got to the Super Bowl. He did decent in the Super Bowl. A couple touchdowns. By your philosophy, by your rationale, his number should be retired.
I mean, look it, man.
Hey, man. Hey, props to you, bro. You are not letting up, dude.
Look,
so it's okay. Hey, you sticking to your guns, dog. That's okay. I mean, that's cool.
For me, what that Super Bowl is going to do is it's going to give legitimacy to our franchise, right?
Right. Now, okay.
Right. I love my city.
Right.
I love everything about the ATL. I do. And if our beloved Atlanta Falcons win the Super Bowl, then 28-3 was worth it. 1998 was worth it. 2012 was worth it. God damn it, 2024 was worth it because we finally got there. And yeah, if the guy who's the quarterback when the clock hits 0 happens to be Dirk Smudgens,
you're still standing by that philosophy. Look at Jordan, man. He probably pull his hair out.
Oh, no.
I mean, what if he has a great game? What if he throws for like 600 yards?
And what if he throws for 1 yard?
Yeah.
Are you still?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. What if Bijan runs for like 300 yards and 5 touchdowns that game? You still saying Kirk Cousins is retired? Never should be retired?
Maybe I should reconsider. But those are extreme circumstances.
Okay, here's a newer situation.
All right.
So the Niners and Eagles, their NFC Championship game, when Brock Purdy got hurt, they were planning on, if they won the game against the Eagles, they were planning on signing Phillip Rivers, and Phillip Rivers would have started the Super Bowl. Now the Niners have 5 Super Bowl rings, but in a situation like that, let's say they didn't have any Super Bowl rings, and Phillip Rivers doesn't start any games until the Super Bowl and wins them the Super Bowl. Do you retire Phillip Rivers' number off of that one game that he plays? It's a similar situation.
Yeah, it is.
But it was a realistic situation because that was the plan. Shanahan came out and said it, and Phillip Rivers came out and said it.
I mean, I might entertain it. I don't know. Honestly, I guess what I'm looking at is, for me, and Jordan, I don't think you can see it from our perspective because your team has won a Super Bowl, right? So all of the failures, everything that you've experienced, now you've won 2 Super Bowls, right? There are probably 8 franchises that have never even been to the Super Bowl. You've won 2. So I don't know that you can see it from our perspective. I just want to win 1. And
That was my perspective in 2016 before the Eagles won their first Super Bowl. I was like, I'll do anything.
Right.
But,
I just want to win one. So let me ask you this. 2016, Jordan, right? 2016. The moment after the Eagles win the Super Bowl, would you have entertained giving retiring Nick Foles a jersey?
No. Would not have. No. If he retired then on the spot and he went out in a blaze of glory, I would have been like, no, I don't. Nope, we're not doing that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I honestly, I got to be honest, I probably would. Because for me, I'm looking at the historical impact of it. Because the day the Falcons win the Super Bowl, all that the Falcons will never win BS goes out the door. It doesn't matter. It's as if it never even happened. Because the Falcons are one of the few franchises that have a Super Bowl, and now you have Super Bowl legitimacy, and nobody can take it from you. And to me, for that, hell yeah, it's worth it. Retire his number. Go ahead. What do you have? 10 yards passing? Sure. Go ahead. Get him out there.
All right. All right. You heard it here, folks. Terry says Kirk Cousins' number is going to get retired when they win the Super Bowl and Kirk Cousins wins the game for them.
Well, hopefully it's not Kirk on the field. Because if Kirk's on the field, he's probably going to throw 3 or 4 interceptions. So hopefully
and win the game.
Stay healthy. Look, I just want to win a damn Super Bowl, man. I don't know why y'all got to give me a hard time about it.
No, we're giving you a hard time because you said Trent Dilfer should be retired. That's what started his whole shit.
He gave them legitimacy. Let me ask you a question. Do you think they win the Super Bowl if just anybody was quarterback?
Yes.
That's
yes. Absolutely yes.
That is not true.
Absolutely yes.
That is not true.
Bro.
That is not
true. That defense, bro. They literally could have won with Josh Johnson.
Bro. There have been some defenses that have been great, and teams never even made the playoffs. And they were great.
Their return specialist, Jermaine Lewis, had more return yards than the Giants had total yards. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm pretty sure you're right.
So they could have won with anyone. We need to check the yardage on that game because they did. The Giants, that was one of the worst games for any team in a Super Bowl.
To be honest with you, it wasn't a aesthetically pleasing Super Bowl to watch.
No, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. It really wasn't.
I mean, other than that kick return,
the same, right? All right. So the Titans had the second best defense in the league last year. But you know what they didn't have, gentlemen? You know what they didn't have? Right? They didn't have a quarterback. They didn't even make the playoffs. Wait, what the Titans picked this year? What was their pick again?
Yeah, number one pick. Yeah, number one pick.
What was their pick? They had the number one pick.
Right.
Which would imply that they had the worst record in the league, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But they had the second best defense in the league, right? Mm-hmm. But they suck big donkey hoopers. You get where I'm going. So just because you have a great defense, you better have a quarterback that is at least competent.
I totally disagree with that, T-Wil, because that year the Ravens had one of the best running backs in the league, in Jamal Lewis. So I see what you're saying, but that offense, it wasn't necessarily the quarterback doing his thing. They had 2,000-yard rusher in Jamal Lewis.
You basically
on top of that,
Jordan. Go ahead.
On top of that, do you know who their backup running back was? Priest Holmes.
Ain't that crazy?
So you're saying they basically could have had a monkey in quarterback and they would have won? Is that what you're saying?
That's totally what I'm saying.
Monkey clapping cymbals. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about that Trent Dilfer, bro. I mean, dude.
He won a Super Bowl. You guys are so disrespectful.
You know,
Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know, you're right, T-Boy, you're right. He won Super Bowl. The rest of the fools, the Ed Reeds, the Ray Lewises, all the Toy Syracuses, they didn't do shit, did they?
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Let's unretire Ray Lewis's number.
I didn't say that.
Right.
But they would not have won it without a quarterback. Now, you couldn't have just inserted anybody in there.
You couldn't have
had, I don't know.
The 2000 Ravens on a one team, I can truthfully say they could put anybody in there. They still won one Super Bowl.
Okay, so you who was that? Who's butt fumbled to? for the Falcons. Oh, I hated this guy. What's his name? Had that awful pass against Carolina.
Oh yeah, man, yeah. You talking about Mariota? Yeah, the grenade pass.
So they could have won with Mariota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
They could have won the Super Bowl. With
See,
Mariota.
yeah, you make it too emotional. See,
I'm
yeah,
not making it emotional. I'm
you
just
make it too.
It's just a question.
If they have Mariota,
Yeah.
You don't even believe that.
I'll say it for him.
You're getting too close to home, bro. I mean, that Mariota, I can't stand him. I can't stand that dude. So I mean, but yeah, I mean,
you're saying you're basically saying
yeah,
that any quarterback that has ever done any quarterback ever.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow.
I think if Mariota was a quarterback, they still would have won due to the defense.
So they could have won with Ryan Leaf, is what you're saying.
Ian Book, Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, you name it, they win in that Super Bowl.
Wow.
It doesn't matter.
Jeff Jordan.
Wow. That's a
cocaine Johnny Manziel. It doesn't matter.
Okay, not cocaine Johnny Manziel. Wow.
Cocaine.
No, that belongs to the 85 Bears defense. I said that there was one of the best. Now the Bears defense, that was the best. The 2000 Ravens was one of the best defenses. I would never put the Ravens defense over that 85 Bears team.
Yeah, that Bears defense was
like they could have ran Wildcat the whole game with no quarterback, and they would have been fine. And the Ravens would have won the Super Bowl.
That's a bold statement right there, man. That's wow.
Jamal Lewis was a dog. I voted him. All the administrators at Old Legacy, we do Player of the Year. We don't do MVP. And that was my vote for actually, my vote for 2000 Player of the Year was first, it was Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis ended up winning. Second was Jamal Lewis. So I firmly believe that team was, you could have thrown anyone in there with no experience at quarterback, and they would have been fine. There's only a handful that I can think of, a handful of teams I can think of in NFL history that could do that.
I just thought about something from an NFL history standpoint, and just indulge me. Who would win, the 85 Bears team or a 2000 Ravens team, if they played in Super Bowl?
I've been asked that before. For me, I'm going with. For me, I'd probably go say the 85 Bears, because they were not only talented, but they also had the scheme to match that. And all right, let's be honest, that game's gonna be like 6-3. So it comes down to
10-7, some shit. Yeah.
It comes down to who can be successful on offense. And I think the Bears offense, I mean, both had great running backs. We're talking about Walter Payton and Jamal Lewis in their primes. But I'd say Jim McMahon was a better quarterback than Trent Dilfer. So I would have to say the Bears.
Yeah, I'd say the Bears as well. I'm not gonna. I mean, yeah, I definitely say the 85 Bears. No doubt about it.
No, I agree. It's a clean sweep. I agree.
No doubt about it. All right, gentlemen. Well, hey, Jordan, did you have anything else on retiring numbers or?
Yeah, I have one that hits close to home because I love Abdul Carter. Like Abdul.
Yes. Let's get into that.
Yeah.
Let's get into that. Yeah, let's do that.
So for those who don't know, Abdul Carter, he wore 11 at Penn State. 11 is a traditional number that for a linebacker, legendary linebackers have come in. LeVar Arrington's won it. Yeah. Micah Parsons has won it. Then Abdul Carter comes in and wears it. LeVar Arrington Jr. is now going to be wearing it. So a long lineage with number 11. That gets passed down sort of like the Cowboys with 88 or the Raiders with 24. It's a tradition. And Abdul comes in the league and he clearly tells Micah Parsons he has eyes on wearing 56. Like he seems legitimately set in stone. He's going to ask Lawrence Taylor. And you know what? I'm proud of Lawrence Taylor to say no, because good for you for saying no. That's Lawrence Taylor's number. I love Abdul. I love him. There is no player that can come out of college and immediately wear one of the greatest players of all time's number. That is never going to happen. It should never happen. So guess what Abdul Carter tries to do? He tries to wear 11.
Gibbs, right?
Yes. He tried to wear Phil Simms' number, and guess what? Phil Simms said yes, but his family said no.
Right.
So his family overrode Phil Simms' decision. So he's not going to be wearing 11. He's going to be wearing 51. That was last worn by like Aziz Al-Jalari. I mean, I completely support Lawrence Taylor's decision for that. But this happens a lot in the league. You look at the same team the year before, Malik Neighbors wears I don't know what number he started with, but he currently wears number 1. And that was last worn by Ray Flaherty. Ray Flaherty. So Ray Flaherty was the first player to have his number retired by the Giants in 1935. And so Malik Neighbors wants to wear number 1, and so he asked the family of Ray Flaherty that because Ray Flaherty is clearly dead, his kids are probably dead. It's been that long, and so he asked who's living, like, hey, can I wear your family's number 1? And they say, yeah. Honestly, what gives them the right? Like, they probably none of them saw their grandfather or great grandfather play football. Like, they shouldn't even be allowed to say yeah. Like, there's just so much, like, I have so many issues with like unretiring numbers and retiring numbers. If a number is retired, I don't think anyone should wear it unless you are a relative of the player. Like, let's say, I don't know. Let's say Brian Dawkins goes and let's say, I don't know if Brian Dawkins has a kid named Brian Dawkins Jr., but let's say Brian Dawkins Jr. comes and gets drafted by the Eagles in the first round, and he's like, I want to wear 20. I support that because it's still in the family. Like, that makes total sense. If the Saints were to draft Arch Manning, dude could wear 8. I don't care. You're not wearing 9 though. You're not wearing 9. I don't care what your last name says. You're not wearing 9 because that's very different. So, there's a lot of issues with retiring numbers, unretiring numbers. I'm okay with retiring numbers. In fact, the Jets did something really cool. They retired a jacket, I think, for Weeb Ewbank. Weeb Ewbank was a head coach for them when they won the Super Bowl. I think that's a really cool. It's not really a number, but it's cool to honor like contributors to the game of football. But yeah, there's so many. I just don't like retiring and unretiring numbers just for the sake of like, I really want to wear this number. I think
pick a lane, pick a side. Yeah. I hear that. Yeah. I guess in the case of the player that's now deceased, I mean, his family has a legal right, though, right? Like, they're his.
They do.
They're the owners. I mean, so maybe they didn't. Are they even football fans? Like, that comes to because they might necessarily be football fans, right? And then I guess the second question is, did he compensate them for it? I would imagine the conversation would be, hey. Do you mind if I wear this number? And somebody's going to come, well, how bad do you want to wear it? Or blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, I don't know. Well, $50,000. Sure. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Deboe, what do you think? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I mean, in reference to retired numbers and stuff like that, bro. I mean, if a number is retired, shouldn't be unretired. And let the greats be like the legacy goes. 56 is Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor, he brought up a good point. Lawrence Taylor, you know what I'm saying, pretty much told Abdul Carter, bro, you know what I'm saying, sketch out your legacy. Right. Make your own make yourself a legend with your own number. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, man. So, but I mean, a number should not be unretired. Once you retire, a number should be retired. Period.
That's fair. I know I myself, back in the day, when I played sports, back when I could see my shoes, it was 100 pounds lighter. Oh, you guys can't imagine that? Forget you guys. Anyway, I I wore number 7 and number 32. Those are my two numbers. I always wore either number 7 or number 32. And so I don't know if I went to the Falcons. I don't know that I would have an issue. Like, I don't know if I'd be like, oh, I gotta have 7 or I gotta have 32. I mean, I'd be so happy to be there. I'd take whatever number they gave. Like, I wouldn't care. But to some guys, a number is a part of their identity. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Craig says being pregnant has you game.
Yeah, bro. You see, you 10 months in, bro.
Oh wow. So Jordan, there's a running joke that I'm pregnant now, started by Craig. Craig, I got that thing on me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We're working on the name. The wife and I are working on the name. I don't know.
It takes time, bro. It takes time.
But I don't know, man. Deboe, you play sports? I mean, I don't know. Jordan, you ever play sports? Did you guys ever like form an attachment to your numbers?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, for sure. I was number 12, and that was my number. You know what I'm saying? I started with number 23 and with number 12, and that was just straight my number, yo. You know what I mean? So
this man is a nut. This man says Whopper Jr. is the father. Oh wow, Craig is a nut. I want to be Craig when I wouldn't be able to Craig to this like that. I can't fire off like that. Jordan, your numbers, man. Did you form an attachment, or was it just a thing? Like,
so I played a lot of sports. I played 8 years of baseball, 16 total seasons because we played fall and spring. I played 3 years of football. I played some basketball, and I always had like my favorite numbers, but whenever I had a choice, I was always going to pick number 1. Okay. I always had this like mentality, like like, all right, some people pick 1 because they're like, I'm number 1. I picked 1 because I'm the only me. And I don't know why. I just had this mentality that like that nobody's going to be me. Nobody's gonna try and like emulate me. I am me. I don't know. I was like,
you're the team of me. You're the team of me. What movie was that, Deboe?
No.
What movie was that?
Oh, the 5 Heartbeats. Was it 5 Heartbeats?
That was somebody's reunion with Martin Lawrence.
Oh, he's a cheaper me. What man? I was on tip of my tongue.
Like, it's the team. He was doing this thing where he was Cedric the Entertainer was in it. Oh, what was the name of that? Anyway, it was a rom-com. It was funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I remember you talking about. Yeah.
So this was your own individual thing, is what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. And when that was my number for baseball. Because all right, whenever I couldn't pick my number, they would always give me like 13 because we had like 13 players to a team, and I was always like the biggest one. So they're like, here, give the biggest guy 13. I was like, all right, thanks. That's rude. But for football, I wore 52 because of Patrick Willis and Ray Lewis, because I knew I was probably going to play linebacker or D line and offensive. I played the whole offensive line. I played the whole front 7. And I mean, I really wanted to play quarterback and running back, so I tried looking for other numbers, but none were available. So I just went with 52 because Patrick Willis and Ray Lewis was my 2 favorite linebackers growing up. So yeah, most of the time I have like a specific meaning with numbers. Like I'll always look at 1 for just like I said before. I'll look at 7 for Mike Vick. I'll look at 9 for Drew Brees. 23 for Michael Jordan. Outside of that, then it gets to like, I don't know, specifics that I don't really care.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair. Well, all right, guys, this has been fun. I'm looking forward to this. For those of you in the chat, and if you guys don't know, Deboe Vibes and myself are now moving our shows to evenings. So we'll have a Monday night show, we'll have a Wednesday night show, and we will also have a Friday night show. And because Jordan is already our Friday night show cast, we now have a triumvirate. It's the big 3, right? Jordan, how tall are you? How tall are you, Jordan?
6'1".
Damn.
Oh man, you tower over us, bro.
You are tall. Shit.
Man, you tower over us,
Bro,
dude.
how tall are you, Debo?
About you were like 5'10", about the same you.
God damn you, Dad. I'm 5'8". I lied. I'm 5'8".
No, now true comes out. See,
Damn it. Well, 5'9" sounds better.
it does. It does.
It sounds better.
It does.
5'9", whatever, man. You know what? My younger brother is like 5'6", so I won't complain.
And you know what? I already got a topic for next Friday night show for the NFL. It's the NFL historians topic. I think you guys will enjoy.
What's that?
You got to tune in next Friday, man.
Oh shit! All right. Woo. Okay, we gotta wait.
Yeah, you got to tune in next Friday, man. Yeah,
Hey
come on.
man, tell these folks where they can find you.
Who, me?
Nah, Jordan.
Oh,
Then we'll get to you, Debo. Wait, you.
I wait my turn. I'm on my turn.
Okay. You can find me at
Oh, I
Old
want to say
Texas.
Jordan, but before T-Will's gone now. Okay, this man's insane. If he sits there and think that goddamn Trent Dilfer should be, you know what I'm saying, his number retired because you know what I'm saying, Super Bowl. I gotta say it. Go ahead, Bo. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bo. No, T-Will, you're right there, sir. I didn't know. Sorry about that. I got caught.
So much fun.
Damn, I hate live TV.
I love nighttime Debo, man. This is gonna be great. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jordan. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. My
The
daughter was
historians topic that we're going to be talking about next week is how many quarterbacks can we name that could have won the Super Bowl with the Ravens in 2000?
You know what?
Hint, we're going to go the entire show naming quarterbacks.
There's no just random quarterbacks. Spurgeon win. Spurgeon win should have won. He could have won the damn Super Bowl with that damn Ravens team. Spurgeon win. I'm starting it.
What's
There you
the
go.
quarterback from last year? What's you guys quarterback?
Spencer Rattler could have won.
You really think Spencer Rattler could have won? Come on now. You really think so? You think so? Y'all don't think y'all are going just a little bit overboard?
Nope.
Oh.
Really?
Hell, trick different one. Wait.
Easton Stick.
Easton Stick, goddamn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all are wilding, man.
Matt Schaub.
Y'all are wilding. Matt Schaub was a
Right-handed Mike
decent
Vick.
quarterback at one time. He was decent. So I can give you Matt. Matt Schaub was decent, okay? But
Seneca Wallace.
Seneca Wallace could have won Super Bowl, bro.
and whatever, bro. Whatever. Debo, tell me.
Right-handed Mike Vick.
Oh my god. Right.
He said right-handed Michael Vick.
with his left hand tied behind his back. Is that what you're saying?
He said right-handed Michael Vick could have won Super Bowl.
Oh, Jordan, you wrong, man. You are wrong. You guys are abusive. This is abuse. Oh my god.
It's all good, man. It's all to the G.
Look at the comment.
Stephen Hawking. Damn! Oh no! Not Stephen Hawking could have rolled his ass out there and won the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Damn.
canceled our first week on YouTube. Thank you, Craig.
Yeah, it's a wrap, dog. We about to get X, yo. Hope y'all like this show. This is the last show. We about to get X. We about to get canceled, dog.
Oh, Craig,
He said Stephen Hawking could have rolled his ass out there.
Craig's gonna get us canceled the first week. Jesus Christ, man, this dude has no chill.
What you doing, Craig?
Craig's new name is No Chill. That is Craig. Craig has no chill. Jeez, man. Debo, tell these folks where they can find you before we get canceled, please, sir.
Absolutely, yeah. Before the lights get turned out, man. Yeah. Before the lights get turned out, man. It's your boy Deboe Vibes, man. First and foremost, T-Will. You know what I'm saying? It's been a blast as always. Definitely go enjoy doing that nighttime thing. Jordan, man. You know what I'm saying? Another great show, man. Thank you so much for allowing me to, you know what I'm saying, get on the show with both of you gentlemen. As for myself, of course, Deboe Vibes on YouTube. A lot of food. I'm a foodie. Food reviews, mukbangs, all that good stuff. I'm going to get, as we get closer to the season, I'm going to do more Falcons content. Definitely that. TikTok, Deboe Vibes on TikTok, Deboe Vibes on X. Shout out to Miss Carrie I just went on X a little bit ago, and she did share out the feed for everybody to watch. And the real Deboe Vibes on Instagram. Call it your boy. Let's do it.
Hey, man. You guys are two of my favorite people in the world, obviously. So this show was nothing but fun, and I can't wait to have more shows like this. And that damn Craig boy, that Craig is something.
Craig undefeated, dog.
Craig is very much Undefeated. Guys, everyone in the chat who joined us, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We could not do this without you, and we wouldn't do this without you, which is why we do it. We're here every Friday, same time, 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Just depends. But come check us out. You can see us at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. That is the number 4, My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, tell your friends. And we just appreciate you joining us. You can grab the link below. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, guys.
Right.
But yeah, For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. The more we get into the algorithm, the more shows we can share with you just like this. I want to thank God for allowing me to do this show. I appreciate it so much. Thank God for waking me up. Thank him for everything. Last but not least, I want to thank Mr. Jack Spade. I want to thank my brother Eric Parker. I want to thank Miss Lisa Shepard because Lisa does so much for me. Obviously, thank you, brother Deboe. Obviously, thank you, Jordan. And hey, just thank everybody. You guys have an amazing weekend. And I'll see you guys Sunday with One Time for the Fan. Hey, good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.